Coach Jose Riveiro. Coach, I'm sorry, there's a conversation there going on, so just giving them a chance to finish. Coach, can you just give us a brief summary of the match from your perspective?
Good evening, guys. Well, the game we expect in terms of toughness and played in very, very small margins. A bit surprised in the beginning for the organization of the opponent. We didn't expect that back three, and it takes a bit time to occupy a bit better the spaces. We didn't start well. If I'm not mistaken, they have at least 3 corners and throw-ins and in the first 5-6 minutes of the game, and that's a lot of advantage when you play against a team like SuperSport. But the game was played pound to pound, I think. It was a football match, real football match, I have to say. Both sides. We have to give also credit to the opponent. I think it was an excellent performance with their style, with their way to do it. And I'm proud that we managed to counteract that type of football, to control more second balls than never before, to maybe there's a gap to improve in the transitions. We conceded, I think, 2 transitions in our set pieces. One was close to cost us the game, probably the only clear chance they have during the 90 minutes. And we came back in the second half, I think, much better. We managed to use much better the spaces behind their wingbacks, especially behind Maseko, and that gave us much more time to spend in their half. I think the second half was totally for Pirates, without discussion, and it was in a penalty, the goal, but it could come even early. I think that we dominate quite well the last 30-40 meters of the field in the second half, which, like I said, against a team like this, it tells very well about Pirates players. So happy with those secondary but very important things that you need to win these type of games, like concentration, commitment in the duels, all of these things that we like to say in my position, that today Pirates, I think, perform in a very high level.
Evening, Coach. From FM. My question, just looking into the first half, if we can check the first 30 minutes of the game, it was pretty tense. The opponents gave it to you. So if I may ask you, what was going through your mind within that 30 minutes? And also, there were no immediate substitutions after the halftime. So if you can tell me, was there a specific reason for that?
For the no substitutions, if there was any reason. Okay, I think that, like I said, we didn't start well, but it takes not much to start to feel more comfortable on the field. The position of Kermit gave us a lot of control in the middle of the park. We have a clear numerical superiority behind Margeman and Lobu, but from there we couldn't, or we didn't find a way to play deep. We find many situations of advantage, but then the continuity was always, or many times, not always, very horizontal and in short spaces instead of use our wings. That's probably the main thing we changed in the halftime. There were no reasons to do subs. If I explain you the process when we do subs and all of the things that we have to consider before we do a substitution, we will not finish today. I mean, there's a lot of things going on when you have to modify your game plan just 45 minutes after the game starts. You know what I mean? And even early. If you do a sub after 45 minutes, it means that sub is in your mind maybe after 20 or 25. So it's not a good thing, all right? So we don't used to do subs in the halftime unless there's a player with problems. So we knew that with the start 11 that we throw to the field in the first half, we can manage to correct the scenario in the second half, as we did it. We forced the opponent to modify the approach. They changed after, I don't know, 20 something minutes to a back four because they couldn't handle the running competition in the wings. So I think I'm not talking with the result in my hand. I'm talking about what I felt there outside. I think Pirates, like I said, especially in the second half, was superior than our opponent tonight.
Good evening, Coach. Karabo Pasha. Coach, two of your key players, Monapoli Salang as well as Lodge, they were not dancing and glancing as they normally do. Is there any particular reason why do you think SuperSport United's tactics were very, very good, or maybe they didn't really perform to their best because you also took out Lodge in the 73rd minute?
No, why they didn't perform? They did a fantastic job going to the duels, retaining the ball in the first half. Like I said, we have a lot of control. We were talking on the bench after 20 minutes that it's taking a lot of we found a good resistance, but if you see the first 20-30 minutes that your colleagues mentioned before, the clear chances are for Pirates still. Okay, every time that Bradley touched the ball and there's a second ball, something can happen. But the game was under control due to that. And like I said, this is my perception, but I think they modified the approach in the second half because of the amount of runnings of Lorch in the right wing in the second half. He was having a good time there. We forced them to defend close to the box. The penalties coming because of that. We forced them to. I think that we didn't have a single corner kick in the first half, and it changed in the second half. So the game was totally different in the second half. One more time, and the contribution of Monaco. Somehow it looks like more than a league game. Not. I don't want to say like a final because it's not. They still in advantage. They are still ahead of us, and they're not gonna give anything for free, this team. So it's gonna be a difficult fight until the end. We have to obviously capitalize these 3 points because, like you said, it's much more than 3 points. The confidence, the trusting in general, it's gonna be good. And but yeah, still 21 points to play, and I can guarantee you that SuperSport is gonna fight until the end, and the ones who are coming from behind, they're gonna have their opportunity later and tomorrow, and it's gonna be nice. I think the last 3-4 games of the season are gonna be really, really excited for all of us.
We'll take the final 2 questions, and then you can take us. Final question, anyone?
Coach, we saw obviously you give opportunities to some of your other strikers today, Makgopa and Marou. How is the adaptation in terms of your playing style from what you're viewing in training on a week-by-week basis? Because obviously they're very different profiles. Is Marou wide man, Makgopa target man? Do they really fit into what you're trying to achieve in this club?
Definitely they are. I spoke about evidence during the week also. I think he has a fantastic potential to be an important football player. I think evidence is not exactly a target player. He's not a number 9. It's a number 9 who needs also spaces to explode, to run. We tried. When we substitute Kermit, it was because they changed, they start playing with back 4, so we don't need a link anymore. We have enough players inside when they become more flat with the back 4. So then we need a player who can manage with physics, because the SuperSport center backs are very physical, are strong, so we need somebody there fresh to deal with that be a target man, to to put the two center backs together, and at the same time trying to use the space that Lords it was creating there, grabbing the fullback outside. So those are the spaces that we feel that Makgopa could use better for us in this game. And the same with Marou. The fullback was tighted. Marou is a strong player physically, and he can run. He can give you a bad time, if he can face you, if he can see your eyes. So we try to be aggressive with those both, bringing to the field maybe more physical capacities than the players that were substitute. And everybody fit in the squad as long as they are ready to contribute. If evidence is coming to the field and is giving us something, is because he's working well during the week. The same with Marou, and that's what you like as a coach, that whatever is called from the bench is giving you a honest performance like they did today. But yeah, I understand your question, and sometimes depending on the scenario that you are going to find, some players fit better than others. Actually, the decisions that I made as a coach, and we all, I guess we do, it's about that. Who can, like I said many times, that we choose the players that we think that are gonna help us to win the game. It doesn't mean that the others cannot do it, but you try to find the proper profiles to do that, not the players that I like the most, if you understand what I mean. So that's why.
And that note with the hand up. Okay,
Thanks. Coach, calculating from Jan to tonight, 11 games, 3 losses and 8 wins, going to a FIFA week. Do you take this as a, sort of a slump in your momentum, or you will welcome the break?
No, it's an opportunity to refresh legs and mind. We're gonna have a couple of not much. Because these weeks are tricky. We have things to do and things to work on it. And Richards Bay game is coming very soon. It's gonna be very difficult. We're gonna have a busy end of the month, and we have to work now without the international players, which is at the same time that we are proud to send players to different national teams. It's a handicap, but it's not a month break like for the World Cup. In the end, it's not much. We're gonna try to keep the players fit, to have our competition in the end of the week, not playing for points, but the players, they are hungry and they want to contribute until the end. So it's gonna be a moment to maybe take more time with some certain details and try to come back even stronger than now.
Okay, that note, we reached the conclusion of our press conference. Thank you, Coach, and thank you,
Thank you.
Media, for your time.
Have a good evening and good FIFA break.
Thank you, Coach.